Why were they terrified and affrighted? Because they heard that the Master was crucified. They never saw it. They heard that Jesus Christ was put on the cross. They heard that he died on the cross. They heard that he came down from the cross. They heard that he was buried. The disciples of Jesus Christ were not eyewitnesses to any of these events. And I can prove that from the Bible. According to the Bible, Mark chapter 14 verse 50, Mark gives out the secret. They all forsook him and fled. At the most critical juncture of his life, his disciples left him and ran away. They were gone. Surah Al-Imran chapter 3 verse 55. وَإِذْ قَالَ اللَّهُ يَا عِيسَى إِنِّي مُتَوَفِّيكَ وَرَافِعُكَ, and I will cause you to die. That is what the brother said. Surah Al-Imran chapter 3 verse 55. Surah Nisa chapter 4 verse 97. Surah Ma'idah chapter 5 verse 120. Surah An'am chapter 6 verse 60. Surah Yunus chapter 10 verse 46. Twice in Surah Yunus chapter 40 verse 46 and verse 104. Surah Ra chapter 13 verse 46. Surah Zumar 39:42. Surah Mu'min chapter 40 verse 67. In these 11 times, I want to know from him, did he bother to check the context in which it was used? And they preach it in church. Jesus Christ is the begotten Son. And they preach it in church, for there are three that bear record in heaven. And they preach it in church that he ascended into heaven. How? You know, Allah tells us about this in the Quran, in Surah Al-Imran, chapter 3, verse 78. وَإِنَّا مِنْهُمْ لَفَرِيقًا يَلْوُونَ أَلْسِنَتَهُمْ بِالْكِتَابِ لِتَحْسَبُوهُ مِنَ الْكِتَابِ وَمَا هُوَ مِنَ الْكِتَابِ. According to the Quran, the first miracle of Jesus Christ, he spoke from his mother's arm and defended his mother's honor and his own honor. And the first miracle, according to the Bible, he turned water into wine. And since then, wine has been flowing into Christianity like water. America, the most powerful nation on the face of this earth, they have 60 million what they call problem drinkers. How many million? 60 million. In South Africa, we will call them drunkards. And to make it sound nice, we say alcoholics. I want to know, what is the difference between an alcoholic and a drunkard? You've seen these magazines. This is the Awake magazine, the Watchtower magazine. Are you all familiar with these? You should be. Jehovah's Witnesses, the most active Christian missionary group on the face of the earth today. They are on the streets. They knock at your doors. They're in the shopping complexes. Everywhere you find them. They don't sell these books. They say, but give me a tour and donation. It's for free, but give me a tour and donation. How many of these do they print? This magazine, Awake magazine, average printing, 36 million copies. There is not a Christian worth the label. There is not a missionary worth the label. There is not an evangelist worth the label. A pastor, minister, or a reverend, even the most reverend. There isn't one who will be able to show you in any version of the Bible where Jesus Christ said, worship me, where he said, I am God. He had produced stats regarding the content of the Bible, that it is more voluminous than the Quran, and I agree. I agree. But that should be more reason why you should have found the word Christianity in the Bible. Because there's more words to it. So how come they left out the word Christianity? How did Jesus Christ pray? He called it slave relationship. So when Jesus Christ was in the Garden of Gethsemane, it's there in the Bible. He went a little further. He told his disciples, wait and watch. And he went a little further and he fell with his face to the ground and he prayed to God. How he prayed? Oh my Father, let this cup pass from me, not as I will, but as thou wilt. Subhanallah.